Welcome, children. Now we have here our topic, the Diary of a Young Girl. This is a topic in your textbook of English, written by Anne Frank. Yes, Anne Frank. This is a story of courage, hope, and a young girl whose words continue to inspire the world. And really, this story, this lesson inspires lots of children, lots of people, even me. It has inspired me a lot how to write a diary and how useful it would be writing a diary. So we have this lesson regarding the diary of a young girl, how she started writing a diary and what she has written in the diary. But before going towards that, let's have a peep into some of the biographical sketches of Anne Frank. Wow, we have Anne Frank. We want to know something about Anne Frank. Anneliese Marie, real name. We in Kashmir also, J&K also have the habit of having two names. One name is recorded in our school and another one at our home, or the name by which we are being remembered or being called or known in our society. So we have two names. One is recorded in our papers and another is the name by which people know us. Again here, Anne Frank, we know her by the name Annie or Anne Frank. But her real name is Anneliese Marie. It is the name on her papers. So, actual name is Anne Frank and she was born on 12th of June 1929. Wow! It means after 2, it is 26. After 3 years, almost 3 years, it will be a century, 100 years. Wow! 100 years before. It means now, today, on this date, it is 97 years before she was born. On what date? 12th of June. And it was the month of February or March. In 1945, when she was no more. So when she was born, it was month of the June. But here was 1929. But when she left this world, it was either February month or starting March. But the year was 1945. She was no more. Yes, she was a German-born Jewish girl who wrote while in hiding with her family and 4 friends in Amsterdam during the German occupation of Netherlands in World War II. Oh, so many names. German born. That means her parents were German, living in Germany. But a Jewish born. That means they were following the faith of Judaism. She was a Jewish girl. And she wrote when? While she was hiding with her family. Because it was World War and people had to hide themselves to be away from the clutches of this tyrant war. Oh, war comes with so many disasters, and in order to avoid these disasters, the family had to hide. And when she was in the hiding, what she did, they were the family and the four friends in Amsterdam, Holland. In Amsterdam, she was hiding during the German occupation of Netherlands. German occupation. Germany occupied Netherlands. And when she was in Netherlands, what was the time? It was World War II. And during this World War II, she started writing a diary. Now, this was the first part of her. Then when the family was in hiding, what happened? The family moved to Amsterdam after the Nazis gained power in Germany. Nazism. You might have heard about it in your social science books, especially history regarding Nazism. The founder of Nazism was Hitler, Adolf Hitler, who followed the motto of to do or die. Either you have to do it or you have to die. So there was no other alternative of any activity. Whatever he said, it was to be followed. So what the family do? The family moved to Amsterdam after the Nazis gained power in Germany, but were trapped when the Nazi occupation extended into the Netherlands. They moved to Amsterdam, but they were trying to hide, but they were trapped. First they were trapped into a net, into some viscous trap. And when they were trapped, what happened? Who trapped? When they were trapped when Nazis occupied Netherlands. Nazis occupation was extended to Netherlands. As persecutions against the Jewish population increased, the family went into the hiding in July 1942 in hidden rooms in her father Otto Frank's office building. Where were they hiding? They were hiding in the office of her father. What was her father's name? Otto Frank. Otto Frank had an office, and in the office they were hiding. Whole of the family was hiding in the office, and it was the month of July 1942. In 1929, Anne Frank was born, but in 1942, when it was World War and the hatred against Jewish population increased day by day, so they had to go into hiding, and they were hiding in the office of their father named Otto Frank, and they were hiding in Netherlands. Then what happened? Let's know. Betrayal and capture. Though they were hiding, but still somebody betrayed the family and they were captured. Firstly trapped, then betrayed, then captured. After 2 years of hiding, my God, for 2 years they were hiding in the place. The group was betrayed and transported to the concentration camp system, where Anne died of typhus in Bergen-Belsen within days of her sister Margaret Frank. Oh my God. After 2 years, for 2 years they were hiding, but somebody betrayed them. Somebody betrayed the group, And when they betrayed them, they were transported to the concentration camp. And in the concentration camp, the condition was so filthy, so deteriorating, that Anne herself died of typhus in Bergen-Belsen. It was the place, and within days of firstly her elder sister Margot Frank, firstly she died. She was 3 years elder to her, and then firstly she died after 5 days, and also died because the condition in the concentration camp was very, very bad. Then what happened? Then there was the only survivor. Who was the survivor? The father Otto. The only survivor of the group returned to Amsterdam. He had fled away from this very place, gone to Germany, and after passage after some days or some period of some time, he returned to Amsterdam. When war ended, what happened? Her father Otto, the only survivor of the group, returned to Amsterdam after the war ended to find that her daddy had been saved. Convinced that it was a unique record, he took action to have it published in English under the name The Diary of a Young Girl. So when she was young and she died, she left her daddy. But when war ended in 1945, Anne died. But after when World War II ended, her father returned to Amsterdam only to find this daddy. And when he found this daddy, he was convinced this was the only record, because Anne had jotted down each and every point what was happening around in the concentration camp, around her, what was happening to the people, what was happening in the schools, what was happening with her friends. She used to write each and everything in her diary. She used to talk with her daddy. So her father was convinced that it was only unique record. So what he did, he took an action that he made it point to publish the diary under the title in English. He published it in English so that masses could come to know what happened in the concentration camp and what record Anne has recorded in this diary. And what was the title of the diary? The Diary of a Young Girl. This became the book, the recorded book of the young girl who wrote about her goods, bads, miseries, beautiful things, each and everything. But it was published by her father only after her death. And then the diary was given to Anne Frank for her 13th birthday and chronicles the events of her life from 12th June 1942 until its final entry of 1st August 1944. So what happened? This diary was published by her father, and when it was published by her father, the diary was gifted to her by her father on her 13th birthday, because in this diary there were chronicles of events. There was series of events of her life right from 12th of June 1942 till 1st of August 1944. So it became a very good birthday present for her from her father. Then the diary became a worldwide legacy. How? It was eventually translated from its original Dutch into many languages and became one of the world's most widely read book. Originally, her father translated it into English, published it into English. But firstly, it was originally it was in Dutch, written in Dutch by Anne herself, then translated by father in English, published in English, then again republished in many languages so that it could be widely read by people all over the world. There have also been several films, television and theatrical productions, and even an opera based on the diary. Many things happened. Many things. They formed a TV series, they formed films and other things regarding this diary so that people would come to know what Anne had recorded in this diary and how this diary came into being. A powerful writing. This is described as the work of a mature and insightful mind. The diary provides an intimate examination of daily life under Nazi occupation. So what does this diary provide? A 13-year-old girl very beautifully points each and everything in her diary. She writes beautifully her thoughts just as a mature person. Throughout the world, it is recognized as a mature and insightful piece of work, and this diary provides an intimate examination of daily life, how at every point of life, how in the daily routine life Annie faced number of examinations and how she combat all the disaster, all the examinations, all the challenges. She combat all the challenges, she faced all the challenges and came out always as a successful girl. So when she was under Nazi occupation, under Nazism, under the suppression, she was suppressed by the Nazis, she still wrote about the challenges she faced and how she came out of those challenges. And while reading this diary, it obviously a reader comes to know that it is not just a 13-year-old girl, it might be some person who is having a stable mind, mature mind and too insightful mind that it has become a masterpiece of the German occupation and masterpiece of the suppression over the Jews by the Nazis. And part of history obviously. And we come to know the best part of the history, which might be perhaps be not unfolded if there would not have been this diary. Might be, I'm not telling yes, definitely, but might be some of the things which she has written in this diary, like her experiences in the school with her mathematics teacher and other things. Yes, these are the part of the history, what happened in the schools, how the classes were, how the children were promoted to the next class. This is not written anywhere in the history, but here, due to this diary, we come to know about the suppression over the children and then the promotion to the next class, to the next grades, how it occurred then. An enduring symbol. Anne Frank has become one of the most renowned and discussed of Holocaust victims. Her courage, hope, and words continue to inspire people around the world. Yes, hats off to Anne Frank. She was too courageous. She was victim. She separated from her parents. She was forced to live with her granny, with her grandmother. She was forced to live in the concentration camp. Her father and mother fled away to other places. But she lived with her grandmother. She lived in the concentration camp. She faced her teachers. She faced other people with courage, with hope. And her words were so inspiring that every day she made it a point that she will never fail. She made it a point that she will always inspire people. And yes, definitely, she inspired people around the world. It's a timeline of Anne Frank's life that on 12th of June 1929, baby was born in Frankfurt, Germany. Then her family in 1933, it moved to Amsterdam. But in July 1942, the family went into hiding in their father's office building. In August 1944, the group was betrayed and sent to the concentration camp. Somebody betrayed the group and they were traced and sent to the concentration camp. In March 1945, and he died of typhus in Bergen-Belsen camp. And what happened in the post-war session? In the post-war session, her diary was published as the Diary of a Young Girl. See how she rose, the morning sun of her life rose into 1929 on 12th of June, but it set on, when it set on February or March. It might be ending February or starting March 1945, and she died of a disease, typhus. This glorious, this lovely young teenage girl, she was a warrior. She behaved like a warrior because she faced challenge, but she wrote a diary, an everlasting masterpiece which definitely inspires even us today, our teens, our children, you people, me, everywhere throughout the world. This is an inspiring masterpiece, the Diary of a Young Girl. Then, what was the key takeaway? Anne Frank's diary is more than her story. It is not her story, it is more than her story. It is the voice of millions of people who suffered in silence because they were in concentration camps. They were suffered, they were suppressed. It reminds us to value freedom, kindness, and hope, and to speak up for what is right. She was suppressed. She was in concentration camp, but she was courageous. She valued freedom. She fought for her freedom. She was at the same time kind to other people. She had a ray of hope that one day we will be free. And then she spoke. She never failed to speak for what is right. She never was there for the wrong. She always stood for what was right. So she was the voice of the millions of people, and today even she inspires us. This was the life of Anne Frank, and who inspires us. And in spite of everything, Anne Frank says, in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. See these lines, beautiful lines. She suffered a lot in the concentration camp. Everywhere she had to go to the hiding. She died because of the disease. But still she says, what was her key takeaway. She said that in spite of everything, whatever happened, I still believe that the people are really good at heart. They are not bad. And thank you. This was all for today's lesson regarding Annie's life. I hope you have enjoyed it and you have been inspired as I have been. Thank you. We'll be meeting in the next lesson. Till then, goodbye.